There we go. One of the greatest openers ever. There we go. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday to you. Howdy, friends. Gable said, welcome, 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 Gable. Is this thing on today? I don't know. Is it on? Check it out. Who's been turning off the lights and hitting the snooze button? Me. Hmm. Yeah, well, we're here with bells and whistles on and all the likes. So, all right. You did indeed beat me. I feel like I've been beaten. Very busy day. Very busy day today. All right. Over to Instagram to send you the linkage. Can't even remember if I sent you the linkage. I think I did. I did you and Lack and Mark Largent. He may be in a little later. I don't know. See what Mark's up there. Be right there. Okay. Uh, yeah. Things going on. Things going on. But everything's okay. Everybody's been watching the shorts that Homer Glitch made for me. 124 on Devil Flyer. Midnight pulling ahead of Bog and has been for a while now. 85 views and the Bogster 72 views. So even the Bogster has been, closing the gap on Midnight. But Midnight came from behind and overtook Bog, and it's been that way for a little while. Anyway, I stayed in the recliner with Abby till
Well, howdy.
howdy. I stayed in the recliner with Abby for I don't know about 45 minutes ago. I don't know. Said, well, it's probably a mistake going to bed, but I'll give it a try. And yeah, I was tired. I was tired. Uh, but we made
Well, I
it
did
work.
try calling you a couple of times, but your phone must not have been near you.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe you ought to try and call me now that I'm downstairs. I've misplaced my phone, which is
Ah,
not a good thing. Um, I may have even lost my phone today. I can't remember the last time I had it. Is it going to
oh
be
shit.
out in the truck?
Um,
Is it going to be here in the house? Is it going to be I left it somewhere and I don't
well,
have it even?
you want me to pop out and try calling you again? See if at least if it's in the mess in the basement somewhere.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, go ahead. See if I hear it at least. Apex Comics in the house. Hey, Apex. Or we
Oop,
can do it later.
yeah, I was gonna say we can do it after the show if you want. That's no big
Yeah,
deal.
that's fine.
No, I
Um,
don't have to pop out and pop back in, all that good bullshit.
sure. Yeah, I added to my collection of drink boxes. Uh,
Well, find some new flavors.
yeah, and I've been picking up some of the flats too. This was the only flat that I got was it's pure kick. Uh, it, because the flat sort of had a racing
Oh,
theme
yeah,
at
huh.
box or whatever. So these would, go in there like that.
Right.
And so I just got this flat because it was somewhat, decorative with the cars on it. I picked up a few of these. been collecting these drink boxes. I got these yesterday, I think, and then I got these others today. Crystal Light Fruit Punch. This is a little bit different. You know, usually I get the something like, and all these here are full. Can't take them all off. Little thinner box. Like this one. There's a Pure Kick there. I'm not even sure if I checked this one. Concord Grape. I'm pretty sure I have that one. So there might be, but I'll check. But usually they're like this that have 10 or 8 of them in here, little packets. But so these are a little bit different. Crystal Light there, graphics. I guess you'd call this under advertising. I mean, I'm going to buy the stuff anyway, you know, to mix up. So I just keep the containers. And got quite a collection going on here. I forget where I ate these, but here's Tang. Remember Tang?
Oh, yeah. Man, I haven't seen Tang in a long time.
I know. I was like Tang anything, you know, so yeah.
That's cool.
I think I mixed one of these up. Might have even tried it. I can't remember, but Country Time.
Hail, Janet from another planet, and Apex and Cable have joined the crowd. Thank you.
And Janet from another planet. Hey, Janet. You know, Country Time came in a little container like this with the little screw off top, and you'd measure it in the thing. This is raspberry lemonade. Shows you how to do it and everything, you know, graphics. All this would come under like advertising collectibles, I suppose. I just think they're kind of fun to collect. I don't know. It's, you know, if you find something that you enjoy doing, do it, and it may become a collectible, and it may not. I think that under advertising, you know, it will probably become, you know, a thing. I don't know.
Right.
I picked these up like at Aldi. They had, I checked, and sure enough, it was a redesign. Very slight redesign. This is the one that I first got at Aldi. You can see the design there. I hope. Is my camera doing okay?
Yeah, not bad.
Okay, so you see the word energy there, and then here's the new one I got. Just very slight difference in like energy, the word energy on the box, and I guess the fruit as well. Fruit looks bigger on this.
Yeah, it does.
Very slight design change. Maybe this is further in the distance than this one. Just same way with the fruit. So I don't know, a little bit of slight design change. Very slight, but I was glad to know that I didn't waste my money, but I would mix those up anyway and drink them. But here's another one. They had other, they had like citrus mango or something like that. They had others. I just didn't get them all, but this one's just strawberry.
Energy.
And same brand, maybe, you know, different. Yeah,
maybe they try.
I guess I showed you the citrus one too. So
yeah, I think you should have said.
Yeah. So I don't know. They had mango and a few others, but I couldn't buy them all. I tried to get like a mixture, you know. And in fact, I went and got some of these at a distance. You know, I went to Bono to get these. I showed you the Welch's orange pineapple. I got those simply because couldn't hardly find them in town. This is very popular. I figured it could be because it tastes good. Welch's grape. I haven't checked if I probably just have grape, you know, probably. But then here's black cherry pomegranate. I had to check that one too to see if I have that.
We'll go this weekend.
Most of most of the most of the ones I do. Here's some more of that orange pineapple. I thought, I'm going to get some more of that because people are latching onto that. It's popular. Uh, Now, when I went to Bono, they had these larger boxes, uh, sort of variety packs. Shadow Hunt. I've
I don't know.
tried
The
some of
youngest is
these.
having a crisis again.
Okay, I've tried the individual ones. These are the variety packs, and these have 4 different kinds per. This is
Ooh,
Wiley's Light.
expensive.
Remember, I told you cotton candy, and you don't like cotton candy.
Yeah, I don't care for
And
cotton
it was in
candy.
like a pink box like this. Well, this one also has some flavors I have not tried: mermaid,
Mermaid? Okay.
peach ring, and I've actually got a couple of different of those, in the smaller
Yeah,
sizes.
peach don't sound bad.
Peach ring, yeah, and there was a box redesign on that. It's a very slight, just the smaller individual one. So those
Mm.
peach rings easy to find, really. But now mermaid, I've never heard of, and unicorn. I kid you
Oh,
not.
okay.
So that's the
I
variety
don't know
pack that you
what
get.
a
You get
what a
20 in a
unicorn
box.
or a mermaid is supposed to taste like. So interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. What does a unicorn taste like? I know the cotton candy I like. You don't like it, but you probably wouldn't like it. But
I would guess a unicorn would taste like horse, but I don't know what a.
yeah, I don't know. And then here's another. I got 4 of these I got all the Wiley Light. They had
Fish one.
larger boxes of Skittles. They had like and some of them, like a big pack that had 30 in there for not Skittles, but Starburst, with the Starburst. And there's, they've had like pink, the pink Starburst. They had lemon. I don't think I've ever tried lemon, so I might have to go back for some of these. But some of these Wileys were different. Kiwi lime, vanilla. I've not tried that. Probably any of these. Lavender and dragon fruit. So I
Dragon
don't even
fruit's
know
good.
some.
I know what dragon fruit is.
Yeah, very seedy, right? I know what
Yeah,
a dragon fruit looks like, but there's 20
but
per
yeah,
these
you
variety
don't
box.
really. They're not like they're not like watermelon seeds or anything. When you eat it, you don't even feel them. They got no texture. It's different than the fruit or anything.
Make sure you have a cooler to match the year of the drinks. Save those with the dates they came out, and also a small cooler and stuff like that can be used in period movies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Production paid rent props that they do not have to buy and store. Yeah, Welch's should release a Doctor Who police telephone box design on their drink box. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Uh, Carrie said maybe date them on the inside. You know, one that I picked up in that was special to me in Atlanta or something.
Right.
Yeah, but this would come under like product stuff. And then here's
Now,
another variety
are
box.
you wanting to keep them unopened with the drinks in them, or
No,
are you
no,
gonna
no.
drink?
I just have
Oh,
not gotten to open these up. I just got these today, but no, I've been
okay,
opening
okay.
them
I was just
and
wondering how
drinking
you were.
it.
I mean, I didn't know if you were trying to keep them, perfectly unopened or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
this one's already got all of them out. I poured these out, and that to be consumed in the country time.
well,
In fact, I've
the
tried
nice
some
thing
of these
about
that
that,
actually
Rex, is if you're just collecting the boxes,
the boxes,
is
right? Hmm.
I would go ahead and empty them out, rinse them. Well, you don't have to rinse them because it's just got the sticks in them, so you don't have to worry about that.
Hey,
Um,
Mikey.
and then date them and fold them, back down to a flat box. That way you can put a whole bunch of them into a small space, like say a cooler or something.
Yeah, I mean, you could, people collect the like Wheaties boxes and you
Mm-hmm.
know, freaky cereal, and
Mm-hmm.
just all the different. I guess this would come under production stuff, and yeah, prop stuff. I don't know, but
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, props for a movie, that would be kind
I've
of cool.
had banana, which was a different one, but again, in that very small size, the single, not really single size, but
Hey,
uh,
old Mikey in the house. Good to see you, Mikey Sue's four.
something like that. That's got usually 6 to 8, maybe 10 in it. They vary. Um, but this one has lime, which I'm, kind of itching. I like lime, right? To try banana, and I have tried that coconut and mango. So
Mm,
big variety boxes. I've not seen these variety boxes. I had to drive out of town really to get these at a Dollar General. Yeah, that's the thing
that
about
sounds
it.
like
Dollar
pretty
Generals,
good
Dollar
variety, though.
Trees, Dollar
Mm-hmm.
Family Dollars. They may have different, you know, things that they order. These are big variety packs. In fact, I was the first one to buy any of these large Wileys in all four categories of these boxes. I was the first one to get any of them. It was full otherwise, and because some of them can get expensive. Like I said, the Starburst, that was like about $5. Uh, they had for like $4 almost, 3.85 something, a Kool-Aid man, that just mixed up like the no sugar Kool-Aid stuff. And most of these are no sugar. I
Yeah.
noticed on one for the very first time it said no aspartame. The only reason I know what aspartame is Jason Bascom jokes about it all the time. I wouldn't want aspartame, but he says, you should.
Yeah, they brought that out, God, a long time ago. Because remember, back in the day when I was a kid, my Uncle
Yeah.
Mikey couldn't have sugar. So he had
Mhm.
saccharin, like liquid saccharin that
Yeah,
my
or
mom.
NutraSweet's another one.
Well,
I don't
they
trust
didn't
all
have
that
they
stuff.
didn't have NutraSweet, but I'm talking about way back
Yeah,
in the day, dude.
yeah,
And
saccharin causes cancer in rats. Yeah,
right, so then they found out that that causes cancer. Then they came up with all these other things,
right.
NutraSweet and the other stuff.
I
But yeah,
remember when NutraSweet came out, I heard it on the radio. I forget what it was. And I said, "How can they improve on sugar?" Just you know, and all sugar is not created equal, really,
no,
is
you
it?
if
No, it's not.
you want raw sugar if you can get
Yeah, it's the kind
unprocessed.
of it's the processed sort of cane sugar, right? That kind of like
Yeah, it's
was so
well because
devastating in the early Americas, like with dentistry for like there was, George Washington only had one tooth in his head when he was president.
right, it's
We
because of
were
the way
so
they process it.
mhm.
It
Yeah.
Now that was just George Washington had bad luck back in those days because most people didn't have a whole lot of tooth problems back then because they were eating a lot healthier food.
Uh, Elmer Glitz says, Rex, are you tired, upset, and not feeling well? Oh, no, I'm not upset. I was, uh, I forget from day to day, but like I got up with Abby and we got out way early today, like crack of dawn, to go to the bank. And
Yeah, how was she?
oh, she's great. I mean, rode around with me and whatnot. She goes to
No, I was
work
talking
with me.
about Dawn.
Huh? The dog.
I
Oh,
said I was talking about Dawn.
don't talk about my daughter. That's actually my
Oh, I
daughter's
forgot.
name.
That is your daughter's name.
Amber Dawn. Yeah,
I
is my
forgot.
daughter.
Wow,
Yeah.
so that's her middle name. Goddamn. Yeah, just
Oh,
take
well,
that
it's not
shit.
like my
Yeah, take
mother's.
that shit. Take that shit off the table. I don't count.
My mother goes by her middle name, and when my father passed away,
That, that,
her
that
middle
proves
name
nothing.
is Carolyn. She's always went by Carolyn, but she had to change that legally because after my father passed away, it was Nancy, which she never liked, Carolyn Christian. She always went by Carolyn Christian, but she legally had to kind of change everything around with the banks and everything for it to be, you know,
Oh yeah,
work
it's a
for
big
her.
process to change your
It
name
is,
legally.
yeah.
Yeah.
She had to go and change a lot of stuff after my father passed away. Pink wedding cake.
Flavored drink? Ugh.
And some of these they may try
Why?
out in variety and never in these small sizes. I don't know. Some of them I've
Why
tried.
would anyone
Pink
want to try to drink a slice of wedding cake? It's just like
bubble
pure
gum.
sugar.
Why would you want to
Oh,
drink bubble gum? And I think maybe I've
no,
seen
it's like
Wiley's bubble gum. I don't
one
know.
of them drink sticks, like from Wiley's.
Butterfly Dream
Put it into a 16-ounce bottle of water. It's like, why? Ugh.
and Cosmic Superhero. I didn't even read these till right
Yeah,
now.
maybe some food in it, maybe.
Now she wants a slice. But yeah, we got up early and I just crack of dawn, early morning duties. Yeah. I mean, and we went driving around and
I'm up before the
not
dawn
just
every day.
for this stuff, but
Every day.
we went to Michael's and I got some stuff at Michael's.
I see the rise of dawn every day.
First time I'd been in Michael's, you know, I've been talking about Michael's, that we have a Michael's. First time I've been there, and I said, where's your art section when I came in? She's
Hail, Eric.
all right there. And yeah,
I'm
all
sorry. I mean,
big
Bocephus.
section is art. Michael's is kind of an artistic type thing.
Welcome, Bocephus McGillicuddy, to the chat, right?
And we got Mikey Sue Ford. Susie
Yeah,
Ford.
I mentioned that already. You missed it.
Oh, okay. Well, you carry on 3 different conversations. Where is raw sugar is healthier? Let's see. I like that Apex just repeats. It's almost crazy. He repeats what we say in the chat. Sometimes he adds something new. Sometimes he doesn't. He just repeats what we said. It's crazy.
It's just reinforcing the idea.
I have not seen a Dollarama.
A Dollarama? No, I haven't seen those.
Yeah.
What's that one that we
both in Canada and USA carry branches, bunches of those mini box drinks, no sugar, Pepsi,
yeah,
Coke.
but it was still
Lots of those kinds now.
Dollar
Yeah.
General.
Well, we have Dollar Trees. I haven't seen Dollarama.
Do you guys ever have a Family Dollar down there?
Yes.
Yeah. I think we've only got like one left around here.
Yeah, they tended to close, you know. Back in the day, I actually, you know, got some reprint comic books that were like 3 to a bag, I think. Very limited on what they had. I remember like Iron Man, there was a Wolverine and Kitty Pryde issue. I got them because there's the only comics you could find out in a while. They were like polybag. And then I also got somewhere in the box 2 of them still. You know, G.I. Joe came out with the big aircraft carrier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, big thing. Well, I kind of got a knockoff of those or something. It wasn't like supposed to be it was just 2 big G.I. Joe aircraft carriers. I think I got them maybe marked down, or maybe that was the regular price, $10 a piece. I said, yeah, I'll buy both at that price. So for like a little over $20, I got these steel 2 in the box, never played with aircraft carriers somewhere stored away.
Yeah, but it's not the original G.I. Joe one.
No, but it's big and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And how many?
No, I mean, as long as it's big enough that you could still, you know, use it to like to display your Joes on and stuff, because people do all kinds of cool.
Oh, you could do that.
Action figure photography and stuff now.
I forget how many feet that thing is. It's both of them.
I mean, if
like
it's if it's like the G.I. Joe one, I forget what they called that one.
Who did you say? We're going at a clip that's so. Who did you say hello to? Bocephus or something?
I said hello to Bocephus McGillicuddy, otherwise known as Eric and Boyd.
Oh, Eric and Boyd. Okay. Oh, okay.
Don't spread it around.
Bocephus McGillicuddy. Okay. I would never admit to that, but you know, that's Eric for you. Did Michael's have an art supply section? Yes, very
Yeah,
large
they
one. Seems like
yeah
I
they
didn't
use.
explore the whole thing. I just kind of kept with the art. It's a little confusing, really. You know,
I haven't been
first
in
time
mine in
in
a
there.
while, but they still had a pretty big art section. I think last time I was there.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of it uh, you would say is like art related, like tie dye sets with shirts, and I
Hmm.
just happen to be wearing mine today. I got these
So
composite.
like
These were the only ones
portfolios
like
and
this. They didn't have like I like to paint on masonite, uh, and we have Barton's, which you may not have heard of. My sister's never heard of it, and she's in Arkansas. But Barton's have been around for 145 years. I
oh,
heard I heard of like I saw that actually on a billboard today, and I was like, wow, it really doesn't surprise me, you know, that they've been around that long.
hmm.
But I got these composite wood art panels. These are 5-piece 8x10 to paint on.
And they're made out of they're wood composite, huh?
It's
Okay.
yeah, composite wood. I know, sounds like my head
Yeah.
sometimes, you know. But I thought these would be the closest thing they probably have to
Oh, that's
masonite
good.
to paint on. I do like to paint on masonite if you never tried it. I just like that hard surface as opposed to the canvas, you know. And not all canvases are equal, of course. You can get the ultra smooth, which is cool for like
Hmm.
doing really wet work on. And I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
kind of looked at that. You know, they do have a wet technique. Have you ever seen like uh they'll do the design on the water surface and then they'll take like a hat and dip
Yeah.
it in
And
there
just
and
and
yeah,
dip it through. Yep.
yeah, and other patterns and things like that on other objects like bicycles or different. It's
Oh, yeah. People
yeah.
do knives, bicycles, like the gas
Mhm.
tanks and bags for a motorcycle. They'll have them do that kind of thing to it.
Apex says GI Joe Battle Carrier is valuable collectible, valued at approximately $500.
Yeah.
I doesn't because
I
there's a
think I've
lot.
seen them go for more.
The old 1962 Barbie townhouse. Now this was years ago, but it went
Oh,
for
those are
like
all.
$1,500, more than that now, but that was a decade ago,
Well,
probably.
the problem with those is the only thing that's plastic on them is the pillars that hold up
The,
the
the
different floors.
structure of it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
everything else is all cardboard.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
for that
And
to
it's
still
easy,
be
and
around,
that would have to be complete and probably with the box. So from
there
1962, not a lot of
can't
value.
can't be many of
Barbie
them.
only in the last, I would say, decade to 2 decades have acquired some of the older Barbies have acquired some of the value
Well, I'll
that
bet you
GI Joe's
they jumped up
on
after
top
the
of.
movie. I would think the movie probably did Barbie some good.
Oh, Eric says I posted, or no, you didn't. Both Cephas did. Anyway, I posted a new sketch card video today featuring my take on Morgan.
Oh,
Uh,
I
you know,
I saw I saw the still uh photo. I haven't watched the stream yet, Eric,
uh,
or upload or whatever we
Michael had
call
an
it.
antique section, comics, furniture, decorative beads,
Sub
etc. I
Eric and
didn't see
boy.
the comics, so maybe I need to go back in there and check out it
What?
more
Yeah, Michael's
extensively.
never had comics by me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might have been some kind of decorative, you know, because they license out the usage for all kinds of stuff, right? Especially Marvel, you know, and has for decades. But I got
Maybe. I don't know.
I got two of these because I can't even find this stuff at Hobby Lobby. Now, I will say this, the these here that I use that has the ink in the barrel. You say, well, that's kind of an extensive way to ink, that has the brush tip.
Yeah.
fairly large brush tip. So you're kind of, but good for covering large areas. You can do fine stuff with it too. It's just in what you're kind of skilled to work in. I know Shelby Robinson uses this. I've seen other artists, maybe
Mhm.
maybe Gary Martin. I don't know. I'm sure he's got a
When you're
different things that he
when
uses.
you're laying out a big black area, I would think it would come in handy. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done a lot of work with this, and it's but they wanted like I can get these for like I've seen them for 9.95, but right now they've got them like, and they've had them for like about $8, right? They want $17 at Michael's for one of these.
Damn.
$17. So yeah,
That's
they're
that's
overpriced.
an
This is Jonesboro
expensive
on
ass
some.
pen.
Um, I
I
was
ain't
only
paying $17.
the only reason I knew Michael's was decades ago. I went. Elsie had one in Jackson, and we went several times. And I got different stuff that I couldn't get here. But I got 2 pads of Bristol, so maybe I'll start doing some sequential artwork. I haven't found my others. I hadn't really looked, but 24 sheets, smooth Bristol. This is the 300 Stratmore series. So, good for comic book pages. Got 2 of those.
Mm,
So maybe I can get started on some sequential artwork.
nice.
Nice. That's not all I got from Michael's, but where is the rest of it? Let's see. What did I get at Michael's? It was kind of oh, here it is, a mixture assortment. Um, and I didn't think on their markers they had that great. I mean, you could buy, like I know what from Hobby Lobby and from other artists, they use the alcohol markers, the Copics brand, but they got what they call a smaller Copics, which is Copics Sketch. I've never tried that before, and I didn't get any of those today, but I thought that was interesting. Different sets. They've got a lot of the Sharpie brand and quite a variety, and I really don't need those. And Sharpie's not, and I know Omer uses some, and it's tempting. And I'm not saying that I haven't used any because I have. Okay, to do some of these rounds, I've used what I've had, which some are water based, most of it's alcohol based. Um, the Sharpie brand though is not archival safe. You should know that, and they had a big, yeah, the Copics, I'm not sure about that or the smaller ones, but uh, okay, maybe it's I was thinking Copic Sketch is probably what I saw. It probably a little bit of both. They had all kinds of different things. This is why I haven't been to Michael's in a long time. The prices are too high, and that was years ago. Well, they do put slow moving stuff on clearance from time to time, so you might want to check that out. I've picked up a couple things on clearance. Those are nice brush pens, but Eric says, but they are not fade proof. Yeah, I've not had any fading. I do. I do. Of course, I do. I'm sorry, ladies. Um, I do. Uh, try and make the blacks areas really black and go over it more than once. It does have pretty good coverage. Just, I mean, would probably reproduce in most cases black when printed, but yeah, maybe not fade proof. Maybe water based. Is that the reason why? Uh,
Copic Chow. Copic Sketch.
yeah, I mean, I didn't see any Pentel, but I probably had Pentel too. Brush pen. It's not archival fade proof. It is a nice brush pen. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
these are. I needed some more grays, and these are water based. They're not alcohol based, but they are,
Yeah. But they
you
will
know,
fade if yeah.
grade
No.
scale. You know.
But if you're careful with your stuff and you don't let the sun hit it
let
too
the
much.
sun. Yeah,
You shouldn't get a lot of fading on your artwork,
yeah.
especially
That's
with LED lighting. LED lights don't hurt artwork.
I kind of hate that, but I got 2 of these on clearance. I just couldn't pass it up. I mean, you can tell me if I got a good deal on this. This is the
No,
non-hardening type. It never hardens. Plasticine modeling clay. For like
right?
$2 on clearance, big chunk. And I thought, well, you could always sculpt it out, make a mold, and do some casting that way, or like the last lost wax technique. If my tongue would, but for $2 a piece, these are heavy too. If I threw this at you, it's solid. It would hurt. It's like a brick.
Oh yeah.
But for $2 a piece, I couldn't pass these up on clearance to sculpt with. That's 2 pounds right there. That's quite a bit.
I
And
think
then they
you just have to
other.
heat that to harden it, right? You just have
Do
to
you
fire
really?
it.
Well, they had some ceramic base that you do fire after you sculpt it. I really didn't check it out a lot.
I'm
This
pretty
is
sure that works the same way with that.
Craft Smart does this. Okay, maybe.
I don't know, unless maybe it's
Yeah,
intended to stay like pliable forever. I don't know.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know what the hell they would put in there to make it, have that
Now
kind of plasticity. But okay.
these are on premium wood.
Sorry. Have a good night, buddy.
I've got some repairs to do around the house. So, premium wood filler, custom 3-in-1 filler sealer, chameleon technology, tabletop finish, water based formula. $5 for premium adapt premium wood filler. So $5. Then that's heavy, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good deal for repairs.
Yeah.
What do you
That ain't
think?
bad.
$5?
Yeah. That ain't bad.
This is 16
It's a lot
ounces.
of pre-colored wood putty. You got a lot of dings and dents you got to fill.
I mean, is that basically, and then I guess you'd match up the color or whatever? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, if you already picked the color, you got to kind of make sure you got wood around the house that's the same color.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've got some out. I don't know. We'll see.
Unless it's paintable, check and
Yeah.
see if it's paintable. If
Well,
you
I
can
mean,
paint
I'm
over
looking
it,
here and it's like maybe I don't know. Somebody opened it up. Maybe it's like got white. So maybe it's the paintable kind that's just kind of white.
maybe.
That
Yeah,
almost.
yeah. If it's just plain white, then yeah, that's fine.
I have used this when I did construction DAP fast.
Unless you're using it on stained wood.
Lightweight spackling for $3.
Hi, Carrie. You just
And
missed
I have
Carrie.
done some spackling with this. I thought for around the house,
Yeah,
nail
that's
hose,
yeah.
different things. This is good.
Yep,
$3.
that stuff's handy. That stuff is handy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bro. I'm gonna have to make it an early one. I forgot we have Mama Hawk's got something coming up Thursday, I think.
Well, now that are you gonna call me?
No, I got the landlord coming by and shit, dude.
Oh, today?
Do a walkthrough or what? No, in a couple of days. Mama Hawk's got a couple of things she wants to do, so I'm gonna have to,
Gary.
call it an early show tonight. I gotta look for a couple of things.
Okay, are you gonna call me so I can try and find my phone?
Yeah, let me do it as soon as I get off with you now. I'll call your phone. Everybody can watch and see if you hear it or not. Okay.
All right. One last item here, Shadowhawk. Plastic wood, plastic wood, all-purpose wood filler for $2. I guess
$2 ain't bad.
$2 ain't bad. I mean,
and I'm assuming it's paintable, so
if
Or
it's paintable, like you say, you know,
yeah,
and
not a
then
bad deal at all.
colored, if it didn't match or whatever, you could, I don't know. But I
Yeah,
thought
I
most
mean,
prices, I had to get that stuff and try that out, because I did have some outside repair and stuff where it wouldn't matter. Maybe, I don't know. But
one
you got to
second.
bow out early.
Yeah,
I don't know where my phone is, and I really need
I
to
know.
find
Hold the breath. Stop for a second. Carrie, I said you just missed Eric and Boyd. Right. As soon as I get through here, and we're
it. Okay.
done with the stream, I will pop over and call your phone. So
All right.
listen
Let
in
it
the
ring for a
basement.
couple minutes because I also want to. If I don't hear it immediately, I will run out to
I,
the truck and see if it's
I'll
there.
call it a couple times and let it ring until it goes to voicemail. And I know how to.
Okay.
I know how to do that.
You know how well. You know how my phone is.
Well, I
Sometimes
know
it sends you
sometimes
immediately to.
I
Yeah.
do this with Mama Hawk all the time. She forgets where she left her phone. I just go, I'll call it. We can hear if it's upstairs or she left it in the basement or she left it out on the porch. We can hear it, and then she knows where her phone is. Oh yes, I will call it a few times. Right, trust me.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well,
Hello, we
I
love
guess
you.
I better
Have
get
a
off
great
here
night.
too, so you can go do that. Because I do need to find my phone.
Oh shit. All right. Well, sorry everybody. I didn't mean to have to end the show early. So, but have a great night.
I'm getting used to it. Anyway, short one today. Sometimes them's the apples. Sorry, guys. But yeah, if you didn't catch it all, uh, I know it's weird, but I'm collecting drink boxes. What can I say? And actually, buying these run you about $3. Some of these run you a little bit more than others. The larger boxes and whatnot. I'm used to start off with the singles. They hook you. It's kind of like marijuana, right? It's just a gateway drug, they say. So they've got me hooked with these drink boxes. Anyway, that's kind of weird collectible, but I'm like, giddy little see a new box design. It's strange, but at least I get to drink the drink, and I'll try out some dragon fruit and unicorn and cosmic superhero and butterfly dream and some of these strange ones. I'll let you know if I don't just kill over dead. Anyway, keep collecting and I'll